The atmosphere in the upper house of parliament is filled with anticipation as lawmakers gather at the hemicycle in Yaoundé for the June 2025 ordinary session.
I know during this session we have to talk a lot and reflect about peace in our country, because peace is necessary considering that this is an election year. And I think during this session, which we will definitely be having the budget orientation debate to reflect on what the budget of next year should look like.
The session follows marched election of bureau members for both the lower and upper houses. Throughout the month-long parliamentary sitting, lawmakers will focus on voting on legislation and overseeing government actions, often through oral questions in plenary sitting. Today's opening saw policymakers renew their commitment to President Biya's policy of decentralization and local development. This was expressed in the opening address by Senate First Vice President, His Majesty Aboubakary Abdoulaye, speaking on behalf of Senate President Marcel Niat Njifenji. It is worthy to note that the June session takes place as attention is focused on the date when the electoral call will be convened ahead of the upcoming presidential elections. At the opening of the parliamentary session, Senate First Vice President called on senators to fully support President Paul Biya. He emphasized that this support is essential for maintaining peace and national unity, which are key to building a strong and prosperous Cameroon that everyone desires.
It is our duty to help government meet all these challenges so that our country can continue its move towards development in peace, security, and unity. While hoping for fruitful discussion with government on all these issues of national interest, I hereby declare open the deliberations of second ordinary session of the Senate for 2020 legislative year.
The opening session began with senators observing a minute of silence for two members who passed on earlier this year. Meanwhile, members of government and other top dignitaries were also present. The upper house ended the day visibly satisfied.
Cameroonians should learn to live as one. It's encouraging a peaceful coexistence between Camerooners instead of encouraging violence. They also talked about the role of Senate in encouraging decentralization, which is very dear to the head of state. And he has said that in the days to come, the Senate is going to going to have a meeting, a conclave between the Senate and the regions and the councils and other institutions that take part in the decentralization process that was put in place by the head of state.
As discussions progress in the days ahead, lawmakers have 30 days to turn legislative measures into concrete actions. These actions aim to benefit Cameroonians as outlined by President Paul Biya in his 2024 year-end speech.